Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexis, and if you're new here, thank you for joining, and if not, welcome back. So today I am just going to be doing my January reading wrap up, and I'm extremely excited. This month was a really good reading month for me, and I want to give a quick disclaimer that I'm going to try to stay on the momentum of reading that I am on right now, but I do start my summer job next month, and for the summer I'll be extremely busy with that. So if it slows down a little, that's why. But this month, you know, I only work the weekends, so I had a lot of free time to read. And then also I read the Heartstopper series that I put on my TBR for January, and that is a quick read, so that's another reason I read so many books. But now getting into the wrap up. I read a total of 13 books this month, which is insane. Considering my year goal is to read 13 in 1 month, I was like, hey, okay, what? Yeah, but now let's get into the review. I'm gonna start with Heartstopper, because even though it was 7 books, it feels like 1 to 2 max, but I'll still count it for 7 for the numbers. But I read the entire Heartstopper collection, including Nick and Charlie and this winter, the novellas, and then I read all the 5 volumes. So yeah, I loved them all. I gave all of them 5 stars. I just think they are a quick and easy read, and they are entertaining, and I think that Alice Oseman, I think that's how you say her name, she's the author, she does a great job of showing representation in a positive way while also hitting like really brutal topics, and it feels heavy, but it also doesn't feel heavy, and I really like that about her. So reading it was really like a breeze, and although there were moments where it got deep, I just was so connected to the characters and to their journey that it didn't really feel too deep. So yeah, I would say Nick and Charlie is probably one of my favorites out of all of them. And then I would say volume 2 was my favorite out of the volumes. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved the show, so now I feel like I'm super caught up. But yeah, so those I gave 5 stars, all of them. So yeah, that was a great way to start off the month. I actually started with those, so these were my first reads. I think I read them all between January 1st and January 3rd. Then I read Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and I'm reading the Caraval series because I want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I want to do it the right way, and I want to read this one first. And I also read the back of this at Barnes & Nobles, and I thought it sounded great, so I didn't really feel like it was like a task that I had to get done before Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. I gave it a 4-star. I thought it was really good. It kept me on my toes, and anyone who reads this, it's just like what they say, like you don't know what's real or not. You feel like you are the main character when you read this because you are just as confused as the main character when you read this. But I thought it was so good, and I would heavily recommend it to anyone who kind of wants to dabble in fantasy. It's super easy to grasp, barely any world building at all. I just feel like it was really just a fun time. And this is actually the first book I ever like tabbed, so I feel like that was really fun. So I kind of just, I'm starting to get into my annotation journey, and I love it. It makes reading so much more fun when I feel connected enough to annotate. So yeah, I really liked it. I also loved the boy in this book. He was just so cute, and like there are moments, I don't want to spoil it, but there are moments when he does things and you're just like, what? Like it just had me, I was hooked. I was ready to I was ready to trust this man with my whole world, even though there were moments he was scared. I was still ready to trust him. So yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Ew, not my knees. I really enjoyed this one. So yeah, Caraval, 4 stars. I'm thinking about potentially doing like book reviews with spoilers. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Obviously be for those who've like read it or don't care about it being spoiled, but I just feel like I need people to like talk to about these books. Like I need to go in depth and feel if people felt the way I felt. But yeah, anyways, the next book I read was my most anticipated read of January, and that's because there's so much hype on this book, and I wasn't really sure if I was gonna like it because I'm super new to fantasy. Caraval was like one of my first fantasy reads I've ever read, and I was just scared. I was just scared. And it was A Court of Thorns and Roses. So this is actually my book club book too, so it kind of worked out because it forced me to read it because I need to read it for my book club. But I gave this 4.5 stars. I thought it was so good. I will not lie. This half of the book, kind of slow for me, or like whatever, this half, the first half, was kind of slow for me. Maybe just being someone who's new to fantasy, the world building. And you know what? I've been told that this is really easy world building, so it kind of scares me for future books with like even more intense world building, because I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get into it, because for me it was just a little, like a lot, and it was kind of slow, and the world building didn't really keep me super interested at the beginning. But then the second half was like out of this fucking world, and I thought it was so good. So yeah, I loved this book. 4.5. I would just like to say that I like the guy in this book. He had his moment, and I appreciate him in this book, and I fell in love with him in this book. But from what I'm hearing for book number 2, I'm fully open to making a switch. So that's all I have to say. But yes, it was so good. I really liked it. I tabbed this one a lot. Like, tabs were going crazy because I just felt like there was a lot of things that I needed to know and remember, and then I felt like there was a lot of like heart-crushing and soul-holding moments in the second half. So yeah, 4.5 stars. I very much enjoyed this book. And then I read Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I loved this book. It was so cute. It was so fun. I gave it 4 stars. I like Better Than the Movies better than this book, but I still very much enjoyed it, and I thought it was really cute, and I thought it just gave what it needed to give. And that's all I can say about it. I have nothing bad to say about it. I really liked it. And then I read It Ends With Us. Now, I was supposed to read this in February for my book club read for February, but I finished my January TBR. I did read my whole entire January TBR this month. That was all the books I just went over. That was my whole January TBR. So I was really proud of myself. And so I was like, well, I'll get a head start on Ends With Us. I didn't expect to be sucked in and literally finish it in 2 days. I started it on the 30th, finished on the 31st. Did not expect that. It was so good. It was not what I expected at all. And all I have to say is I feel like I kind of saw it coming, because I just never, I don't know, something about the guy in this book threw me off to begin with. He was giving me like a vibe that I like get from, like an ick that I get from guys that I talk to, so I wasn't really feeling him. And then yeah, but I don't want to spoil it, but it was so good. I think everyone needs to read this. I think it just teaches you so many lessons about yourself, about relationships, about like your parents. I just thought it was overall a really like good book to read, and I feel like I just have a whole new perspective, and I feel like this just like changed something for me. Like it was just really good, and I just would recommend this book to everybody. And yeah, like I even tabbed it. I really liked this book. I thought it deserves all the hype it got, in my opinion, and I gave it 5 stars. So yeah, I enjoyed it. And then what is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that 11? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 11 physical books, and then I read 2 on my Kindle. I read A Not So Meet Cute. So I read So Not Meant to Be last year, and that was the second book in the 3-book standalone interconnected series by Megan Quinn. So this month I read A Not So Meet Cute, which is the first one. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Super cute. I thought the third act breakup was a little much in my opinion, but I still really liked it. Thought it was super cute. I enjoyed the banter, and yeah, so 4 stars. I would recommend it, and I'm really excited to read the third one so I can just finish it. And I think it's gonna be like a 4 stars series, interconnected series. So yeah, it was really cute. I enjoyed it a lot. And then yeah, and then the other book I read on my Kindle was, why am I blanking? I have to look. Stuck with You by Alexandra Moody is the other book I read. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was super cute. It is a like COVID lockdown, forced proximity, high school relationship. I thought it was cute. Some parts I was just like, but the banter overall was cute. The couple was cute. I just think it was overall a solid 3-star read. Nothing crazy amazing, but not bad at all. And I enjoyed it. So, and it was a quick read. I think it's only like 280 pages. So it's kind of like that sweet spot of, I feel like I don't know why I can't speak right now. I feel like it was that sweet spot since it was 3-star. It was a 3-star read. It was only 280 pages. Like it felt perfect for what it was, you know? And it's also about COVID, which is kind of like not a bad topic, but I don't know if I like enjoyed reading about it super much. Like I love forced proximity, but I don't know if I liked it in this instant. But other than that, it was still super cute. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Those were all 13 books I read this month. 13, that is crazy. I didn't even read 13 books last year, and I read 13 books in this month. So that was very exciting for me. Had a lot of great reads, a lot of anticipated reads I got done. And yeah, so now I'm gonna give you guys my February TBR, because now I get to look forward to a whole new set of reads for the new month. And I also am really proud of myself for getting through my TBR. I have been buying books like crazy, so I have been a little strict on myself about getting through my TBRs, because I told myself if I get through them, then I can buy books. So it's kind of like motivated me to stick to it. But this next month, I don't know what I'm going to be feeling or what I'm going to be in the mood for, because I have some video ideas that are going to venture off from my TBR. And then I also know with Valentine's Day coming up, I don't know if I'm going to be in a lovey-dovey romance mood or an anti-romance mood, because I'm a single Pringle out in the world. Alrighty, so this is my February TBR. I have 5 physical books, and then I have 3 on Kindle, so 8 books total. So the first one I've already started. I'm only like 10 pages in, so barely even started. Is Crazy Rich Asians, the first one. This is literally one of my favorite movies of all time, so I'm just excited to read the book and read the trilogy and kind of like finish it off. So yeah, that's my first book and my current read. Then I have a sad book, and it's Archer's Voice. I'm kind of scared for this one because I literally cry over anything and everything. I cried reading It Ends With Us. I cried reading Akatar, the first one. Like, it's not hard to make me cry, and I hear that like everyone cries with this. So I have a feeling I'm literally gonna be like sobbing, but I'm still excited nonetheless. So it's on there. It's also like a love story. It says it on it. So maybe around Valentine's Day, this will be my vibe. Then my biggest anticipated read of the month. I don't know why, just every time before I even get to these books, I'm just like in my boots, shaking, anxiety, like, because there's just so much hype about them, and there's more hype about this book than the first book, and I felt so much anxiety from the hype of the first book, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury. Everyone says that to read the first one, because then this one's like life-changing, and this is the best one in the whole series. So I am kind of nervous. I think I'm gonna read this after Crazy Rich Asians, so I think this will be my second book, but we'll see. Not putting any like stress or strain on myself to immediately tackle this one, because she is a big baby. She's literally like 600 and something pages, which is a lot because the first one was 4 something and it was a lot. So I'm scared and excited, but she's on there. So we'll see if I get through her. And then I have Love and Other Words. I hear so many good things about this. This is so many people's favorite. So I just want to put it on there. Valentine's-y. It's giving the vibe. So it's kind of why I put it on there. And then I also put on Legendary since I read Caraval. I think it's time to finish this. And I know that this is her sister's story. So it'll be exciting to get like more of her point of view, because she was a very big character in the first one that I was very interested of and you only got like snippets of. So it'll be exciting to kind of pick up her story in here. So yeah, these are my 5 physical ones, and that's a cute TBR. And then my 3 on Kindle are gonna be Shadow and Bone, the first one, because I want to read the 3 of those before I read 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Even though I know you don't necessarily need to, I just want to. I also really loved the show, so I think that I'll like the books. And then I also want to read Twisted Love, the first one in the Twisted series of 4. And then the last book on my Kindle that I want to read is Divine Rivals. So yeah, Divine Rivals is my book club read. I'm in 2 book clubs. Well, technically I'm in 3. But like one is just like a community book club that you can kind of just show up to. And then one is one that I joined on Instagram. I just was like looking up random book clubs and I was like, I found it and I joined it. And then my 3rd one is just me and my close girlfriends. So it's like 5 of us. And that's the one where we were reading It Ends With Us. So I joined them because I needed like a place to talk about the books I read. Because no one in my family reads. So I kind of like, I can't. Because then I go try to talk to my family about it and they were just like, they don't get anything, they're not like into it. And so I'm like, I want to be like, did you feel that way too? Were you surprised too? Like, I need that. So yeah, so those are gonna be my February TBR reads. So I'm so excited for this month in reading, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.